The 0 point, center of all omniverse and even the god which created all realities and the living beings. Just everything. Also a super tasty ball. Let me try it actually, give me a second. Blueberry and grape. Many people think that the 0 point exploded in the Big Bang Live event. To those people I say let's figure out what exactly happened to the 0 point and where it is and the future of it in the storyline. For that we need to understand the chapter 5 map. Graphics! Nah, I promise no more simping on the graphics. Maybe. The chapter 5 was created after the black hole of chapter 1, so it is basically a redo of chapter 2. The reason why it is so different is because we completely wiped out our history, even chapter 1's history, and so we're in a whole newly written world. While as I have explained many times, people from chapter 1 to chapter 4, many of them, in the Big Bang Live events, they were taken out of their time and thrown into the chapter 5 map, thanks to the time machine messing with the meteor. People like Ageless, Jones, Thunder and so on. So if this is technically chapter 2, what does that mean? It means that this world was built by the 0 point from a past map. So one it should have two sides as well like the last time. Unless Fortnite possibly wants to try a new idea. 2. The 0 point is at the center of the map under the ground. The center being this loot-like looking place. 0 point loves being under lakes, it needs water to be stable. So there you go, answer to where exactly the 0 point is at. There are two more things to know. One being regarding since this is meant to be a repeat of chapter 2 but altered. Will we see the 0 point go through the chaos it did at that chapter? Maybe even another season with a big Marvel part within it. That could even be when the Order Restored comics get released, but who knows? We will definitely see a return of the last reality as well teased in the Big Bang Live event. This chapter could even be our last fight against the last reality, who knows? Even if you check right now the theme of this season, the yacht on the map. This season is basically like the season 1 and season 2 of chapter 2. Even the crashed plane from chapter 2 is on this map as well. Which, talking about that, there is a faction on this map called the Society. They are somewhat like the Imagine Order of this rewritten world, since the Imagine Order from the beginning of chapter 2 had full control over the 0 point within the bridge. Does that mean that the Society is currently controlling the 0 point as well? They are the ones behind handling the loop this time, as they have built everything on the island. So yeah, it is extremely possible there is yet another bridge right under us, this time controlled and designed by the Society. Unless Valeria researching the 0 point means that they're not there yet. But personally to me, her looking at Jones and the 0 point might mean that she's trying her best to learn more about the 0 point rather than finding it. Just like how in the entire chapter 2 and before it, the Imagine Order with Geno all the time were experimenting on the 0 point, trying to learn every secret of it. That could be exactly what the Society is doing right now, and why they're interested in Jones. Jones having all the experience, especially with the 0 point till chapter 4. He is years ahead of Society in terms of his knowledge on the 0 point. The Society needs him. I mean, not gonna lie, with that new style glasses and beard, I kinda need him too, if you know what I mean. Fortnite, where are we gonna see a romance for John Jones? Give him a girlfriend already! So we know that the 0 point is still here under this lake. There might be a two-sided island again, and the Society might have the 0 point under control. What does this mean about the future of the 0 points then? How will it play a part in the story of the next seasons? Well, we do know how a Greek god season is coming up, one which I predicted a while ago, saying how a Greek theme season is coming up, then making things like this for it. Those gods like Zeus might go to capture the 0 points for themselves, while there are runes on the map right now of the ancient Atlantis of Fortnite. And as I said, this map is chapter 2 but altered. Season 3 was when Atlantis aka the Coral Castle was revealed. So yeah, one of the Greek gods we get next season might even be an Atlantis king or god. Now a very interesting part on these runes. They show us how before the Society long ago, ancient rulers existed on this island. Then they somehow left this world for the Society to take over it. Or they could be on the flip side of the island right now. But the thing is, that could mean that the original people who had the 0 point and this island in control were the Greek gods in this rewritten history. Then Fortnite could even explain the origin of these gods as maybe they like Zeus were given their godly powers by the 0 points to become the protectors of it in the past. But then they were pushed into a Greek-inspired reality. One more thing regarding this is how Midas is a huge Greek mythology thing, and we have gotten an insane amount of teasers saying how Midas is in the islands right now, so he should play a big part in this upcoming Greek-themed season as well. There is even a Florizava LTM returning, which is said to be represented by Midas this time. I predict that maybe that means this time the lava will be gold instead, taking over the map. That would be so cool. My dad is coming back. Yeah, I know we've been saying he's coming back like 2,000, 2 billion, 2 quadrillion something times by now. Nowhere to be seen every time. But this time if he does not return, I will chop off my After this upcoming Greek season, maybe the 0 points could even get revealed. Or it might wait for season 3 of chapter 5 with hopefully Marvel people returning to the story and Order Restored comics released. 0 points being revealed there for a 0 point season as season 4 of chapter 5. There are so much possibilities for chapter 5's storyline. Charlie is cooking. He cooking me myself right now. One more thing to keep in mind is how again, the Imagine Order are still with us in the story. They exist and they're doing some super interesting things on the background. For sure we will see them in the future of this chapter's storyline. And I've actually predicted how exactly we will see the Imagine Order return. So click on this video on your screen for the full explanation of Io's storyline in chapter 5.